Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Garage Talk Sports. I'm Mills.
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Nick.
And we are back again. This is actually a special episode. It's our 1 year anniversary. We're calling it an anniversary.
Yeah.
1 year anniversary show. So we appreciate all of you guys who've stuck with us through the year. The ups and downs, the highs and lows of the show.
Our hot takes, our reactions.
All of our dumb comments and things like that. We appreciate all of you guys who've stuck with it. And have been supporting the show. So we just want to give a thank you to all of you guys. This week's episode, it's exciting. So we're coming to you on Selection Sunday. Bobby, you're going to New York, so we got to record a little early. But I kind of like that we're doing a Selection Sunday episode because we're getting right into it quick. You know, it's not like a day or two has passed since all this news has happened. And it's actually pretty good because today was a big day in sports just in general.
And yesterday too.
So it's just, we're going to be kind of more up to speed with everything. So we're going to, as always, we'll start with our hot spots now. That's going to become our regular intro to the show. We'll talk some more NFL offseason stuff. And then like we promised, now that the bracket is out, March Madness is officially going to be beginning. We're going to be giving more takes, going into more detail about the tournament, right? Selection Sunday, our thoughts on it, things like that. But we'll kick into it right now. We'll start with our hot spots. Bobby, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll take it. So the Chicago Cubs are my hot spot. We have we have so much money. We could go after a huge free agent. And who do we sign? Take a guess. Take a guess who we sign.
No one cares.
Andrelton Simmons.
That's a good one.
That's a solid defense.
Dude.
Don't you?
We want Carlos Correa. That's what we wanted.
I think you guys are. You might still be in the running for Simmons. Although I don't know because see this is the question. Here's what this brought. I saw this when I saw the signing initially. I was like, dude, what is he gonna play? Is he gonna play third base? You got to remember you have Nico Horner and Nick Madrigal.
Yeah.
Who are going to presumably be your shortstop and your second baseman.
You'd probably move Nico Horner to third.
Maybe to third.
Well,
but they're also apparently they're still in the market, heavy favorites for Carlos Correa.
Which is like, then why'd you sign Andrelton Simmons?
My bet is that Nico Horner is going to find himself in the outfield.
That's probably true.
That's honestly my guess is he's going to find himself playing.
We still have Pat Wisdom too. So
yeah, he's probably going to find himself playing in the outfield. Simmons is the better of the two defensively. Well, they're actually both really good defensively, but I imagine Simmons would probably make the switch to third base easier if they were going to do it.
Yeah.
So maybe Andrelton Simmons goes to third base. And Carlos Correa at shortstop, Nick Madrigal at second.
Saying we.
I don't know who their first baseman's going to be.
Or this was a real plan. They're bringing Chris Bryant back. That's the real plan. They're just waiting for it.
I don't think so.
I don't think
There's like 85 teams ahead of him. There's only 30 teams in the MLB.
All right, a man can hope. All right.
I think Rizzo's more likely than Bryant, if I'm being honest with you.
Honestly, that would be cool. And no shift. Rizzo's going to be
but
a monster. All right.
We'll see. I thought the Andrelton. I don't know. Bobby, come on, man. That's a casual take to be bummed about the Andrelton.
Okay, I'm not saying like it's a bad take, but I mean like he's like
casual.
He's not Carlos Correa.
No, but he's still one of the top defensive middle infielders.
Okay, that's just the first part of my hotspot. The second one is they extended David Ross.
Are you happy about that? Doesn't sound like
what has he done? He completely.
Okay, so you're not.
The team's in shambles. He is not a good manager. All right. The only reason why he's coaching is because he was with the team winning a World Series in 2016. That's it.
Riding the coattails of that 2016
team.
Yeah,
that's it.
I'll be honest. I didn't expect. I'm not shocked that they extended Ross. I mean, what other manager are they going to go get? Give some other guy a chance. The Cubs are in this weird little spot right now where it feels like they're just doing head scratching things.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Right. So, what is their offseason plan? They want to go and be in the market for Carlos Correa. Cool. They're going to go for it. They went and got, what's his name? Marcus Stroman, right?
Yeah,
that was the pitcher that they signed. Don't get me started. Wade Miley. Threw a no-hitter.
Yeah,
he threw a no-hitter.
Honestly, that's the...
was it against the Mariners? Was he the one? Or no?
He was against Cleveland.
I was going to say, because that's not as impressive.
He
did throw a no-hitter against the Mariners. People are doing that left and right. That's impressive.
Hey, the Mariners were good last year. He did it against the Guardians, man.
The Guardians.
They still got no hit twice.
So did Cleveland. I think Cleveland and the Mariners, there were 4 no-hitters at the beginning of the season. Like the first 4 were thrown against Seattle and Cleveland.
Wait, who was the toe hitter against?
That was Cleveland.
That was Cleveland. Okay.
Carlos Rodon's toe hitter. By the way, got a nice contract with the Giants. Good for him. Shout out to you. But they're just it's head scratching what their direction is because I feel like they don't truly have one.
Yeah, it's like
on one end, you can go and acquire talent and everything, but is David Ross the mastermind to put it all together? I don't know.
Yeah, it seems like
I would feel like he's not, but at the same time, what big manager do you go sign?
Yeah. But I mean, from what it seems like at this point, we're not going to get Carlos Correa. We're just going to stink. And
I think we're going to stink anyways, but I hate to break this to you. They were not
with or without Carlos Correa. They're still finishing just above the Pirates, and that's it.
No. All right, we'll be.
By the way, you sold me my 20. Oh wait, no, never mind. We agreed to wash that.
Yeah, we watched that bet
because you want to bet and I want to bet, and we just washed it. Never mind.
All
but
right,
I was still right about the Brewers.
But
just saying.
You heard
they're on a hot streak.
They were on a hot streak for all 162 games.
The last like 2 months of the season is when they were on the hot streak.
Well, sure, Bob.
That was it.
Yep, sure.
All right, but you heard it here first. Cubs gonna finish second in the division. All right,
second. What?
Pending that we sign Carlos Correa. All right.
So are they gonna stink or? Well, I mean, the Central is not a difficult division right now, but they're gonna be third.
I think they're gonna be fourth.
Fourth?
I think Cardinals, Brewers, Reds.
Oh, I forgot about the Reds.
Because I think the Reds are gonna sign Castellanos.
But the Reds just lost. They lost Wade Miley to the Cubs.
Yes, to the Cubs.
I think the Reds are going to tee off on that, man.
Yeah, no, he was released, and then we signed him.
I know. They didn't.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah, you know what? The Reds. I'm going to agree with you. I think it's going to go for that division: Brewers, Cardinals, Reds, and then we're going to be watching the Cubs and the Pirates derp it out for that 4-5 spot.
No, the Pirates stink. Like,
yeah, they do.
They own that 4th spot. Like,
they own that 5th spot.
Like
they own that 5th spot.
Yeah, that 5th spot. Yeah.
Cubs are going to be owning the 4th spot.
No, they're going to be second if we get Carlos Correa.
Bobby, make up your mind. You say they're going to stink on one end.
If we don't get Carlos Correa, we're going to stink.
They're going to stink anyways.
They have no pitchers. Or Chris Bryant.
They don't have pitchers.
They got Wade Miley, dude.
We got
Wade Miley.
Kyle Hendricks, Marcus Stroman,
Wade Miley.
Zach Davies. We forgot about Zach Davies.
With the straight face.
We got Zach Davies.
They're not going to be that
Alberto Ozaleo or whatever.
Azalea.
Yeah, Azalea.
Sure.
Pitch for the Thunderbolts.
Good for him. Shout out Windy City Thunderbolts on that one. Look at you making it to the show. Yeah. No, I'm just the Cubs. I don't know what their direction is as a team. I don't know. It's weird because they went and addressed middle infield to go and get a second baseman. They got Nico Horner, and then they go sign Andrelton Simmons. So there's 3. There's your infielders right there. You need a first baseman, but you're still rumored to Carlos Correa. So it's like, what's next then? What's the plan for either Madrigal or Nico Horner? Yeah. Also, Cody Hoyer got Tommy John surgery, so you won't be seeing him next year.
Oh.
So you just got Nicky 2 strikes.
Oh. Hey, I'll take Nicky 2 strikes, man. All right.
No, but I'll piggyback off of you with my hot spot. Just shout out, MLB is back, man. Like the MLB is back. We ripped it for the last 2 weeks, and I'm gonna assume that they listen to our podcast, right?
Yes.
But the clearly, the MLB is back, and I'm so excited because it's just I need another sport to really get into for the entire summer.
April 7th.
I know. April 7th.
Mark that.
White Sox versus Mariners.
Universal DH. The shift has been banned. I don't remember if they
bigger bases,
pitch clock. That stuff's all official now. Very, very excited. There's also a part in there that didn't get any attention, but if the All-Star game is tied after 9 innings, it gets decided by a home run derby.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
They should do that after games get to 15 innings. They should just boom.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Also doubleheader. They got rid of that runner on second in extra innings, and doubleheaders are back to both being 9-inning games. That's going to be a little long. I liked the 7-inning thing.
I did like the 7-inning.
I thought the 7-inning thing was cool. I'm okay with the getting rid of the runner on second, although I will say I won a lot of games of MLB The Show online because of that rule. It was very helpful.
It is very helpful.
Especially when like you're facing someone who's just better than you, but you're getting lucky. It's helped me a few times. All right.
It definitely.
But
You get a couple bunts down and you're scoring runs.
A couple bunts, and I'm like, "Ooh, look at me! I beat this."
Well, no,
scrub."
you get a fly out, get him to third.
Or if you're,
And
if
then
you have
boom.
Byron Buxton, you just steal third.
Yeah.
It's good. You're good to go.
Oh yeah.
Or Trey Turner, any of those really fast guys. But no, I do like the rule changes that are put in place. Like we said, I'm not going to talk too much about it. Probably could have just like tweaked the rules on the shift rather than get rid of it. But all in all, I'm happy with it. I think it's going to make for more interesting baseball. I'm like I said, I'm glad it's back. So shout out to the league for getting it figured out. Owners and players got it sorted out. And then I want to give a quick shout out. The White Sox signed Joe Kelly to their bullpen.
Hey.
Hell yeah. That's right. Bring some more attitude to that bullpen. Big fan of it. They still got to address some more stuff though.
Who's Joe Kelly?
This is the guy from the Dodgers.
He went viral for mocking the Astros after he threw at them in a game.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Diehard Cubs fan over here, guys.
Don't know.
Well, I mean, that's nothing to do with the Cubs.
Still.
but
Yeah,
Come
it
on.
has nothing to do with the Cubs. Exactly.
I know, but it's baseball, man.
Bum.
Anyone who follows baseball would have
You
known
signed a
about this.
bum. That's all I know.
He's
All
pretty
right.
good. He's a pretty good bullpen.
He's pretty
arm.
solid. He's decent.
I like it. I like it a lot. But
He's
I'll
no-
move on
he-
from my hotspot. Hand
He's
it
no
off to
Wade
Nick.
Miley.
My hotspot also in baseball, just to keep with the theme.
Keep with
For
the
me,
theme.
it's the Atlanta Braves need to sign Freddie Freeman. He should have been signed before the lockout happened in the first place. But I get it. You take some time. They just won the World Series. They're like, let's, let it breathe for a little bit. But now they still haven't signed him. It's like, come on. He brought you a championship to
He's
your
your
city.
team, man.
Ronald Acuna was hurt. I'm not saying it was only him out there, but he was a big part.
He's the heart and soul, man. Every championship team has that stud first baseman. They all have it.
That'd be like
And-
the Cubs not the Cubs. Well, the Cubs, I guess, after 2016, just letting Rizzo just walk away from the team, or when the Sox won, letting Paul Konerko just you can just leave. Like, no, come on,
Yeah,
Yeah, just come on.
just won you a World Series for like the first time in like a decent amount of time.
Since the
come on.
90s, I think.
But he was struck out by Anthony Rizzo.
That's real cool.
I had that card
Middle
in
of
the
the
show.
season. Yeah,
Sucked.
but the Cubs
That
were
was
losing by
awful.
like 14 runs.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough. I agree. Freddie Freeman, priority number one. Like, Atlanta would be foolish to let him go in free
Yeah.
agency. He's kind of like your face of the franchise. I know Ronald Acuna's there, Acuna Jr., and he'll probably transition into the face of the franchise if he hasn't already. I still associate the Braves with Freddie Freeman first, and for whatever reason, Dansby Swanson,
Dan's baby.
Dan-
Dan's baby Swanson.
So what? You would put him in the top 5
Right.
first baseman?
Freddie Freeman?
I thought you were talking about Dansby Swanson. I'm like, no.
Yeah, no. I mean, he
I would-
can't
Freddie
hit the ball.
Freeman's a top. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I would
sure.
say probably top 3 for
Yeah,
basemen.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Who
you
do
gotta
you
keep-
get? Who do you put above him? Matt Olson, maybe.
Yeah, I do Matt Olson, and then career-wise, I put Jose Abreu above him. But right now, at this point, I would not, because I feel like Jose Abreu's on the decline, and Freddie Freeman's just staying where he's at.
Fair enough. I don't know if Jose's on the decline. I think he's pretty consistent all around. And that's a tough one. First baseman, that's a tough position to rank, because that's kind of like the team or the position where teams like, hey, you can like catch a ball in the dirt if it's thrown low.
Yeah.
Go ahead and play first base. You're tall, not very fast, but like you're big, so you're gonna be
Yeah.
the first baseman.
Or you're gonna hit 45 home runs and literally just don't let the balls just go past
Yeah,
you.
just keep the ball in front of you when it's thrown at you.
Yeah.
That's kind of like what first base is sometimes. But no, Freddie Freeman has to be. I think that should be a priority for the Braves. But if they choose not to, I'm curious to see where he'll end up. He's going to be a highly sought after target.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
if he goes to the Dodgers, I might stop watching baseball.
Oh my god!
I won't.
We don't
let's
want
watch.
that.
If he goes to the Dodgers, oh my, it'll be like when KD signed with Golden State.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Metaphorically, not that like the Dodgers. It'd be like a star going to an already absolutely loaded team, and I just sit and be like, what the. Like, this is BS,
Yeah.
man.
We don't want to see that.
You don't want to see it at all. But, yeah. Nice MLB-themed hotspot. Got to talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
Before we dive into some of the big stuff that happened right now in the NFL, Bobby, I'll hand it off to you. Give us a nice theatric entrance to this.
Bam, bam, bam. All right. Tom Brady is back for his 23rd season. Huge.
Huge.
Should we read his tweet?
I mean, if you got it pulled up, go ahead, read the tweet. I didn't.
I screenshot it. And sent
He's
it
out
in
here
group
pulling
chat.
Brett Favre moves.
All right. All right. So this is what Tom Brady tweeted probably 2 hours ago?
Maybe not a timestamp on there. It's a screenshot.
Yeah, 6:15. So 2 hours ago.
my God.
All right. These past 2 months, I've realized my place is still on the field and not in the stands. The time will come, but it's not now. I love my teammates and I love my supportive family. They make it all possible. I'm coming back for my 23rd season in Tampa. Unfinished business. Let's fucking go. Huge.
Just couldn't let Aaron Rodgers have the spotlight, man.
I'm so glad, man. Yeah. Fuck Aaron Rodgers. That bomb.
NSFW warning.
And guess what? Aaron Rodgers thought he was going to own the NFC. Tom Brady's back. All right. He's going to run it back. He's going to get himself, it's 8th Super Bowl?
Seven.
Yeah, 8th Super Bowl.
I
Yeah.
thought 7. I thought he had 6.
No, he had 7.
He's got
The
7.
Patriots have 6.
No, that's right.
But he's going to
And
have 7.
he's all 6 of them.
I'm pretty sure.
He's all 6 of the Patriots, and then he got.
He has the most Super Bowls out of any organization.
Yeah.
Just put it that way.
The Thomas Brady.
Yeah.
I did not expect it. I'll be honest.
I feel like it's so soon. Like
I just was like, this man didn't even take like an off season.
Dude, he took 2 months.
I'm telling you, he saw all the attention to Aaron Rodgers. Like, man, fuck that scraggly haired piece of shit.
Dude,
I hate you, Aaron Rodgers, but he was just like, you know what? No, I'm gonna be in the spot.
how bored do you think he was?
Enough to unretire.
Dude, he had to
not
be
that
so bored.
What else is he doing at this time? The same thing he always does.
I don't know. If I had his career earnings and everything, I don't think I could be bored a day in my life.
Well, I mean, that's probably the difference between you and Tom Brady. That man is like,
He's taller.
that
He's
man,
also a righty.
That man puts in so much work.
I know. My point is like, I don't know if I had that much money, how could I let myself get bored? I could do anything I wanted.
I mean, yeah, you could, but
My whole thing is like, why not at least
Like-
wait till like after the summer? Like,
Yeah,
Just
dude,
stay-
come
just
on,
stay in
give
shape
yourself
and-
a little bit.
but not after a
No, but I get it. He did it. He's like, I'm coming back to Tampa, and all their free agents that they have coming up are going to stay now.
Yeah, Godwin's
They're
gonna
like,
stay.
oh, we're going
that's
to.
true. Well, honestly,
This is all a ploy to re-sign Godwin.
Probably.
true.
He's like, listen, Chris, you
Well-
signed for 3 years. I'll stay.
Well,
For 3 years.
I'm assuming he's just coming back for 1 year. Might be done after that.
I think if they win, he's done. If they don't make the playoffs, he's for sure done.
Oh, they're gonna make it to the playoffs. The only thing is, they do have big free agents that need to get re-signed.
That's what I said. That's why he's coming back.
Yeah.
It's all. They were like, listen, man, all these guys are
He's
going
gonna
to
come back.
And
They're
you
all gonna resign,
give
and then he's
them-
gonna retire again.
He's like, you give them Super Bowl hopes, and then like they'll sign their contracts and take like a home
huge pay
discount.
cut.
Yeah,
And
And then can you retire again because we
Um,
can't afford to pay you?
off of the top of my head, it's Ronald Jones, Leonard
They don't need
Fournette.
Ronald Jones.
They could leave both those guys.
I mean, they could just
You only got to keep one of them in my opinion.
Alex Kappa, Ryan Jensen, Carlton Davis. That
Chris
was probably,
Godwin.
well,
He's
Chris
franchise
Godwin,
tagged.
franchise.
Oh,
tag.
that's
So
right,
he's
that's
going to be back. So that would be your big five. I would say,
Fournette, you keep. Fournette will probably stay.
yeah, Fournette will probably take a cheap deal.
And Gronk's coming back. I feel like
Gronk. Gronk's the other
there's no way
huge one.
Gronk doesn't
Yeah,
play with
I'm pretty
Brady
sure
if Brady's in the
yeah.
league.
I'm pretty sure Gronk's retiring. I'm surprised he didn't announce it sooner.
No, he would have played one more year. I think he would. I think he would have
knew
went to
Tom
Buffalo.
Brady would be back.
He would have went to
yeah,
Buffalo.
maybe he knew.
He knew.
played one season with Buffalo and then retired.
I don't know, dude.
No,
He said he never wants to play with
Yeah.
another quarterback.
Yeah, he said it takes a lot of time to develop that connection.
Yeah, Josh
and-
Allen. He'd be throwing dimes out
Oh,
there.
dude, that would be scary. That would
That'd
just
be
be a
dotting it
scary
up,
thought.
though.
Yeah.
Imagine Josh Allen whipping the ball 80 miles per hour through that wind, just to Gronk's big ass
But
body.
man, for Falcon fans, that sucks. Because they thought they were going to win that division. I honestly thought they could win that division.
Oh, I was confused.
without Tom Brady.
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like there's.
But with Tom Brady, they ain't winning that division no more. I can tell you that.
I don't know who was going to win that division.
The Saints are going to win without any of their players that they had last year.
Right now, Ian Book's their starting quarterback because you're not paying Taysom Hill $40 million.
Why not? He's worth it.
I'm gonna disagree with you.
I'm going to disagree with myself.
No, oh man, the funny thing is about this though. I know I texted you about it, Bobs, but how about prayers up for that guy who just bought the final like touchdown pass, Tom Brady football this morning or like last night. The Tom Brady's football for his final touchdown pass sold at auction for $513,000,
And now it's worth probably a lot less than that.
And then Brady unretires one touchdown pass, and that ball is essentially like worthless. So it just becomes another touchdown pass.
Someone needs to check on that guy.
I hope there's like some kind of like insurance on that.
What if he gets hurt in the offseason, doesn't play for a year, and then it's like, actually, you know what, I'm done. And this guy just sold it for like $250,000.
Like, I gotta get something back. I just
need to get something.
And then all of a sudden it goes way back up again. No.
Dude, I would be furious though.
I mean, that's a risky run. I mean,
see, I wouldn't buy anything like that. If I got it, like luckily somehow, I would keep it. But like, I'm not buying any sports memorabilia if I wasn't there for it.
Yeah,
Like I would spend money to like get a piece of the net. Like say the Bulls win the NBA Finals, I'm like at the game. I would pay to get a piece of the net, but I'm not going to be like, oh, I wasn't even at that game, but yeah, I'll pay $500,000 for the ball that was used last. Like, no, I'm not doing that.
For the ball that was, right. Poor guy. That's all I got.
That's
poor guy.
So basically, at this point, he just paid $500,000 for a Tom Brady thrown pass.
That's a tough.
There's a Wilson football right there. It's about as it's worth about as much as that.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more because game used.
Yeah, it's got very little value compared to the price he paid. It's got very little value.
Yeah,
I'm sure it still holds some, but prayers up to that man. I couldn't imagine it. Yeah. Like I'm sitting there like, I can't believe I got this it's Tom Brady's final touchdown pass.
Dude, he's
got it like in a case and everything. He's like, you gotta come see this thing. It's like authenticated, and it's like, yo, Tom Brady's unretiring, and just the 1,000-yard stare. Just
hey, it's still his last touchdown pass until he throws another one.
I'm assuming he's gonna throw another one.
Yeah, game one.
He has 45 rushing touchdowns, no passing touchdowns the whole season.
Bruce Arians was like, listen, Tom, you can't throw a touchdown pass for that guy's sake.
That's my nephew just bought that ball.
He's like, we can't put that on our conscience, all right? Don't throw another one. So everything's going to be just run plays when we get in the red zone.
They take him out, put him in the backup just for passing touchdowns.
Kyle Trask is going to have like 40 touchdown passes on like 50 passing attempts.
Oh, yeah.
40
Kyle
yards.
Trask.
He's a backup.
Yeah, I know.
He's from Kyle Trask, like, damn, there goes my chance.
Yep. He's like, I'm Jordan Love now.
See, but at least
it was he's only going into his second year.
Yeah.
Jordan Love's going to retire before he starts a football game. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Jordan Love. That man's career's over before it started.
Yeah. He stinks, so.
Yeah, he's not good.
Yeah,
but we want him to start for Green Bay.
Yeah, I know, we do, yeah.
But
he's no Matt Flynn.
Whatever. Moving into the NFC North, since we kind of mentioned Green Bay, how about being a Bears fan is
Bears, baby.
Being a Bears fan is pain. I don't have
Ryan Poles is blowing it up, man.
He's dude.
I just want to point out that now for sure the Raiders won the Khalil Mack trade.
Yeah, I'm
4
gonna have
years
to
ago.
agree. I'm gonna agree 100%.
I agree too. But
honestly though, I feel like we could say they both lost. Because ultimately nothing's come for either team.
Josh Jacobs is still on the team.
Yeah.
He's pretty solid.
Yeah, they didn't hit on the draft pick though.
Josh Jacobs, I guess, yeah.
We got 2018.
We got 2018.
Yeah, we got to watch a double doink. Woo!
I mean, we won the division.
You got to get there to lose it. You got to get there to lose it.
So,
I'm gonna call it a wash only because Josh Jacobs is the only guy who's contributing to the Raiders, and he's had he's only been there as long as Khalil Mack's been in Chicago.
Yeah.
So it's the Raiders win slightly.
No, I give it to Chicago. 2018.
I'm going to give it. No, now that it's all said and done and he's off the Bears, I have to give it to the Raiders. Not by much. I'm not saying they fleeced the Bears because they really didn't, because all those guys aren't in the league anymore.
Yeah.
Except for Josh Jacobs. But
we were just talking about how, end of the season, how nice it would be to have Khalil Mack and another stud edge rusher out there, and now we won't see it again.
I know.
True.
Yeah, we're talking about having Robert Quinn and Khalil Mack.
Robert Quinn at the level he was at last year, and Khalil Mack.
Gosh, would have been nice. But now it's pretty much like no good players on that defense except for
Robert Quinn's
Roquan.
gonna have to get 32 sacks.
But those of you who don't know, Khalil Mack, it was traded to the Chargers for a 2022 second-round draft pick and a 2023 sixth-rounder. And he's going to team up with Brandon Staley.
so
Crap
sad.
return. Not a good return.
Yeah, no.
Not a good return.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of had a feeling that Ryan Poles was gonna trade. I had a feeling this was gonna happen. Like Khalil Mack
Yeah.
or someone big was gonna get traded. I was prepared for it to be Khalil Mack, but I really thought they could have got more.
Oh, I think they should have.
Yeah.
They should have gotten.
You know, I'm not even gonna say they should have gotten a first round pick because maybe they shouldn't have. But
But a player, like a current player who's currently on
they
the
could
team.
have. They could have. There's a lot of wide receivers over there in San Diego, or
Yep.
with the Chargers.
You can say
could
San
have.
Diego.
Yeah, you could have pulled. You could have. Thank you, Nick. Thanks for allowing it. You could have pulled any of those guys. That would have been an upgrade at any other wide receiver spot aside from Darnell Mooney. So you could have tossed like Khalil Mack a second and a fourth this year and the sixth. I think would have been I feel like that's reasonable. But just a second and then next year sixth is kind of like.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I feel like Ryan Poles just took the first offer that was given to him. Was like,
Yeah.
yo, this person they want him.
no,
I feel like a lot of
freezed.
teams would have wanted Khalil Mack.
I think he could have shot
But also,
him around
did
better.
anyone know that he was available, or did the Chargers offer that and they're like, yes? Because I
That's
feel like
that's
Yeah,
what I'm
he
saying.
he could have
is-
went like, okay, maybe Ryan Poles goes not to the media, but to a few general managers that he trusts and be
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm willing to get rid of Khalil Mack. What do you have to offer? I think the Colts would have offered way more. I feel like they would have been huge to try to get someone like that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he just took the first offer.
Yeah,
Honestly.
it's because there wasn't even anything broken that the Bears were looking to trade Khalil Mack this offseason.
No.
It just was like Bears are finalizing a trade with the Chargers to send Khalil Mack. So
Yeah.
it feels like he took kind of the first, like we all said, he took kind of like the first offer given to him. I don't, hey, first time GM, he's going to probably learn his lesson on this one, I think.
But the only thing I don't like is that's his first big move. As
That's
our
his
GM.
first big move.
And now there's two teams that have 40 million of dead cap, and that is us and the Seattle Seahawks.
The one thing I will say for this trade, and then the other moves when we get into them, 2023, the Bears are projected over $130 million in cap space. And the only two free agents
Like,
that are like notable contributing players on that roster are Roquan Smith and David Montgomery. That's it. Everyone else is either locked up or you don't really have to worry about them. So
And you have some players that have been franchise tagged twice.
who are going to come into
Yeah.
next year? I imagine next year the Bears will be very active in free agency.
They could get
I'm kind of
Devontae
pissed that I'm
Adams.
going to have to sit around for a year and wait for it.
yeah, pretty
Um,
much, because like this
but-
year's wash.
But I feel like
the
this was a
long-term
reaction.
aspect of it.
This was definitely a
bodes
reaction
well.
of Aaron Rodgers
Yeah.
staying. Because if you look at it, Aaron Rodgers staying puts the Bears out of playoff contention. I feel like if Aaron Rodgers leaves, even where the Bears are at before any of this stuff happened, they had a chance to make the playoffs. Their team's not great, but they had a chance.
I can
without
see why
Aaron
you would
Rodgers.
say that.
But with Aaron Rodgers,
a couple off like free agent signings
Yeah.
could put
Yeah.
them at like the division was probably going to be pretty easy to win if Rodgers
Yeah.
is gone. So I get what you're saying.
but now that he's gone, now you look at your trade pieces as a GM. You have Roquan Smith, who you're not going to let go. Like that's your
24-year-old,
yeah.
no.
And then you have Justin Fields on offense, who you're definitely not going to let go. You're building the team around him.
Yeah.
So then that leaves you with Dave Montgomery on offense or Khalil Mack on defense. Those would be your two guys you're going to ship. Who has more probably trade value? Probably Khalil Mack, because running backs, you never know.
I don't know.
But-
The only thing is, my initial reaction to the trade was, why wouldn't you keep Khalil Mack, trade Robert Quinn, because Robert Quinn was going to have way more trade value after the season he put up last year.
I got a good answer to that, actually. Here's how my assumption is that Robert Quinn had the monster year that he had last year without Khalil Mack is going to take up about $10 million less in cap space. He's only 8 months older. My guess is Ryan Poles and like his team decided that they're going to roll the dice with Robert Quinn as their premier edge rusher. And they just decided, you know what? Robert Quinn, he's on a friendlier contract for the team. He still has 2 more years on it, I believe. His cap hit's only going to be like 16 million, as opposed to the 24 million and the 30 million the next year for Khalil Mack's contract. And he had that production without Khalil Mack. So you figure, okay, so we know he was able to do it without Mack there. We're moving him into the 4-3, which is his traditional position.
Yeah.
So we're going to roll the dice on him because he's cheaper. And Khalil Mack's contract is what will give us more freedom like next year and beyond if we can dump that. That's my guess.
Yeah.
If they trade Robert Quinn, honestly, I'm gonna be my mind's gonna just
rebuild mode. But
I will not have
with
words.
this after we were able to sit, but also Tyreek Cohen, Eddie Goldman were released the same day as well.
Yeah. Tariq Cohen makes sense. Yeah. Why there's no point.
The Tariq Cohen one, I saw that coming. Yeah. Apparently, and you know what, I do feel bad for the guy because I liked him. He hasn't passed a physical since the injury. So like his torn ACL actually like effed up his knee. It's not. I was kind of being a little harsh on him because I was like, oh, he's probably just kind of like scared to return to football. But apparently he's like actually not able to return to football. You're a dick. You're a dick. That cut, I kind of saw that one coming. I thought Eddie Goldman was a 50-50 shot just because he's had a weird 2 years with the opt-out and then not a great year last year. But I thought maybe, you know, what do you have? You might keep him along. But Bilal Nichols has kind of emerged as a guy who can fill that role. And a nose tackle, if you could draft someone. They had Chris Tonga, the rookie.
I
liked him.
Or Kyrese Tonga.
Is it Kyrese?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
I just know him as Tonga.
They had him who's like, I don't think he's like a stud, but hey, you know, he's a big body who can fill.
He's serviceable.
He fills in the nose tackle spot. You know,
did a decent job.
So they're probably I get it. You know, you go with him, Kyrese Tonga, and Bilal Nichols. If you resign Bilal Nichols, which resign him,
resign him, resign James Daniel, resign Akeem Hicks.
Nah, I think Akeem Hicks is walking.
Yeah, maybe.
That's the thing. It's a new GM. There's no loyalty to players.
I like Akeem Hicks, but I think we talked about it a couple times. He doesn't have the stamina to be on.
He's got.
If you had Khalil Mack and Robert Quinn and Bilal Nichols, okay, now you can take, you know, a couple plays off and drive. But without Khalil Mack, it's like you need to be out there more than you are. And I don't think the Bears are ready to be like, all right, we're going to roll the dice on putting him out there more.
If he comes back cheap, Go for it. But I don't know. I think he's going to end up leaving in free agency, not for lack of not wanting to come to Chicago, or like stay in Chicago, but more so lack of interest from the Bears to re-sign him.
Yeah.
But maybe who knows? Like I just said, it's a new regime. They have no loyalties, but at the same time, they also may have different opinions on who they want to keep around. You know, Ryan Pace may have been like, "Nah, Akeem Hicks is done now." Maybe Ryan Poles is, dude. Maybe Ryan Poles is like, "Hey, Akeem Hicks, if he can give me 2 good years, I'll sign him to a 2-year contract, keep him around." You never know.
Yeah, keep the chemistry going.
The Pat O'Donnell thing, dude. I swear.
His contract's up. They signed a new punter.
Why, man?
That's all I'm saying. Like,
why would
you sign a new kicker?
Punter.
Like punter. Yeah, punter.
No,
why would you sign a new punter and not just re-sign Pat O'Donnell?
To me, if they let Pat O'Donnell walk, that comes across as just this pettiness of like Ryan Poles is like, I don't want any of Pace's guys in this building. I don't. But come on, he's your punter, man. He doesn't cost a lot of money, and he's a good punter. I like Pat O'Donnell.
Andrew's gonna be distraught if this happens.
That one might upset me the most, only because it's gonna seem like the pettiest shit ever. That's my thing. It's like
it already does.
That's gonna just, to me, it's like you didn't need to. Pat O'Donnell was gonna he will resign with the Bears if they offer him a contract.
Yeah,
because he's a punter. Like, come on, what are you gonna be like? No, I'm gonna test free agency.
Hey, punters are people too.
I know, but they just tend to just
punters are people.
Punters are just, they kind of just stick to whatever team signs them because
unless we go get Pat McAfee.
No, but
you might as well just re-sign Pat O'Donnell.
You just might as well re-sign him. It's gonna be like this. Hey, you guys remember Brad Maynard? Great punter for the Bears. They decided to just move on from him, bring in a bunch of bonehead punters until Pat O'Donnell, and they had terrible punting teams. It just, to me, the Pat O'Donnell thing would just be really petty and almost like Ryan Poles is just like, you know what? F all of you Ryan Pace people.
No, what he wants to do is we're going to go and draft that guy from the combine that was just kicking 80-yard bombs.
I want Pat O'Donnell to stay.
Dude, did you see that?
No.
No, dude,
I
this
don't
punter.
watch the punters in
This,
the combine. I don't watch the combine.
It was a video, but he was just, dude, punting 80 yards like nothing.
That's
Like,
cool. Pat O'Donnell's really good at pinning guys in teams inside the 10.
That's what I care about.
80-yard bombs. That's all I'm saying.
That's great.
I don't need 80-yard
Let him,
bombs.
if he can cough and corner guys and keep them inside like the 15-yard line when he's punting in position to do that, I'm cool with it. All right.
Yeah. But
Pat O'Donnell's a solid punter. I don't know why you feel the need to go and be like, you know what? No, we don't want you, Pat O'Donnell.
I feel like if you want to make a real smart move, though, sign 2 punters. Sign one guy who just bomb it out of your own end zone, and then have another guy who just chips it in there. That's what I want.
Nick's changing the game right
Your
here.
finesse. You got a finesse punter and a.
You
You're
pull out your driver
You're
for the
onto
tee,
something.
and
Come
then
on,
you
you
pull
can
out-
you take off one wide
That's-
receiver from your active roster.
That's honestly pretty.
Maybe teach your kicker to punt.
I mean, they all know how to punt.
Get
Like-
one cornerback who could also be your kick returner, but also maybe play receiver if a couple of your guys go down. Replace that with a second punter, a long distance punter.
You got your distance punter, not putter. Nick,
Yeah,
you're,
putter.
you're changing the
I'm just
game.
saying.
bro.
Changing the
You're
game.
changing the game. Maybe that's what Ryan Poles is going to do. Pat O'Donnell's going to be the finesse punter,
Yeah,
and whoever, I don't even know who they signed, is going to be the
I don't even
the
know who
long
it is.
punter.
I just saw it on like the Bears news. Like,
Pat O'Donnell thing. That'll just trigger me for some reason.
honestly, at this point, why we get rid of Pace, man?
I'm not.
That's where I'm at with
Poles
it. Like,
I'll just be honest. Ryan Poles is not winning me over.
he's not winning any Bears.
I
fan
agree with
over
the Cohen
this.
and Goldman thing. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
But he's not winning me over right now, especially the Pat O'Donnell situation.
Oh, if that happens,
I'm just gonna be mad
I'm
because
just gonna be
it's
pissed.
a needless thing. Like, you have a punter. They're punters. They sign whatever contract the team gives them.
Yeah,
They
it's not
don't
like
go,
he's
I'm
bad.
gonna negotiate the market with some other teams. Most teams like, hey, we have a punter who doesn't drop the snap and punts it around like 40 to 50 yards on average.
Yeah.
Okay, he's gonna stay here.
If he's shanking every punt, I could be like, okay, we're gonna get another guy just in
I
case.
can't remember the last time Pat O'Donnell's gone out to punt and you hear the announcers goes, ooh, not a good off the side of his foot on that one. He's a good punter. Just come on, keep the guy.
Andrew's a big fan of Pat O'Donnell, if you cannot tell.
Bro, he rolled up in a McLaren to the OTAs last year. He's got swag to him. I love it. And he benched more reps at the combine than Jadeveon Clowney.
What?
He's shredded. Pat O'Donnell's jacked.
I did not know this.
Yeah, he did like 25 reps.
That's insane.
That's insane, is right. By the way,
I'm
Jay
starting to-
Cutler did 23.
That's impressive for Jay Cutler.
That's very
It's
impressive.
impressive. It's impressive regardless. The combine record's like 30. So
Yeah, hey,
That was in the 40s now.
it might be in the 40s now, but it used to be like 30 or 32. And O'Donnell was 25. Jadeveon Clowney hit like 18. Is it a needless thing to know about your punter? Yes. I don't think teams are like looking for their punter to do that combine drill, but I feel like Pat O'Donnell's like, I know I can do like 20 plus reps, so I'm gonna do it just to flex on a bunch of these.
Well, what else? He's not running the 40. He's like, this is my time to shine. I'm
That's true.
gonna pin five.
Could
five
you
into five.
imagine like a punter comes out and just runs the fastest 40? It just kills it in all these athletic aspects of it, and it's just like, and you're a punter?
it'd be
Well,
like,
He's
my,
like, yeah, I
my
don't
mom
like-
said I can't get hit.
He's
so
like, I don't like getting tackled, so
I just punt the ball.
I just punt, bro. You set every combine record for every drill.
You're at a 4.140. You can throw the ball 60 yards in the air on a perfect spiral.
Yeah.
And
you're
you're
benching.
punting? Yeah, it's more fun for me.
But yeah, it's safe to say that Poles may be blowing this team up.
I don't. We'll see.
Maybe
Next
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 I feel like
year.
there's been a lot of mediocrity besides 2018.
Unless-
offseason is when I will truly judge Ryan
Yeah,
Poles.
unless you're really trying to shift your focus and go invest in your offense. But
That better be what they're doing, because this makes no sense if your plan isn't to go all in on
Hey,
offense.
they're going
Yeah.
for Juju. All right.
Juju is the top free agent wide receiver. It's honestly
Yeah,
at
I
this
know.
point.
Well, yeah, at this point, yes.
Yeah, especially because Amari Cooper was traded to the Browns.
Yes.
For a 5th this year, and they swapped 6th.
Yes.
So a 5th-round pick.
That's unbelievable. That's all it took for Amari Cooper. Dallas wanted to drop him that hard. All because he said Dak Prescott's the black Kirk Cousins.
I mean, that's
allegedly.
That's
a rumor.
I mean, Dak's a little bit more mobile out of the pocket, but he's not really wrong. Like,
they're the same. Thank you, Nick. I've been saying that for a few weeks. He's the same quarterback.
Yeah, but you're acting.
I would say before
you're acting like Kirk Cousins. You say Kirk Cousins is good.
He's a dog.
Yeah. Everyone says Dak Prescott's good, but Kirk is the image around Dak is that he is this transcendent quarterback who's like, one of the league's elite, and then Kirk is like, it's just Kirk Cousins. They're the same quarterback. Is my point.
I think Dak Prescott is better than Kirk Cousins.
I disagree.
Hold on. I think when you look at their game on like average out of all their time in their career, they're very similar. But Dak Prescott has better, but he's not as consistent. Kirk Cousins is consistently just where he is. Dak Prescott will have flashes of just being better.
They're the same.
In big games, they play exactly the same.
That's my point, man.
They both stink it up in big games.
Like, I'd rather pay less money for Kirk Cousins and pretty much get the same.
Well, you're paying less for Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, you paying
signed a 1 year $35 million contract.
Not anymore. Before
it's signed through 2023.
Yeah, good for him. Go get your bread.
Get your money.
Go get the bag.
Secure it. Yeah, secure the bag. If the Vikings are gonna pay you, man, just take it.
All right. Well, and the Cowboys extend Michael Gallup to 5 years, $62.5.
Oh yeah, staying in the wide receiver market here.
So
they had to now.
Michael Gallup would be the other.
He was the number two
now,
behind
but
Juju.
He's taken DJ Chark.
DJ Chark's a big guy. He's like 6'4".
I'd rather have DJ Chark than Juju Smith-Schuster. I think Juju Smith-Schuster is better. But if I'm going to spend money on one of those two, I do not want to spend a ton of money on Juju.
I think here's the thing with the Bears caps, because I know you're going to say Juju's going to the Bears.
Juju's going to the Bears, man.
Here's my take.
All the stars are lining up.
Here's my thing.
That Juju's going to the
Bears. It's possible. I'm not going to say it won't happen. If I were the GM though, if I were Ryan Poles, I would look at DJ Chark because he's probably going to be a lot cheaper than Juju. He's still pretty young. I think he's only like 25, 26.
Yeah.
Maybe even younger. But you're gonna get him for a lot cheaper, and he's a big body who's like really athletic.
But Juju is a big body.
Yes, but I hear what you're saying. My point though, so the Bears cap situation now is your big wide receiver go. Do you want Juju? He's your number one for the next however many years.
Listen.
You're locking in on Juju as your no. I'm not. Don't listen me.
Listen.
No. Don't listen me. Here's the thing. Next offseason, Chris Godwin if he's not re-signed, is a free agent. Devontae Adams is a free agent. The next offseason is when all the big wide receivers become free agents. Do you want to, for the sake of just needing to go address wide receiver this year and feeling the need to get a number one, you want to take it on Juju?
No.
Or do you go for a cheaper guy, accept the fact that, you know what, we don't have a ton of cap space. We have other guys on our roster we have to re-sign and other contracts and we have to address depth. Now you don't have Khalil Mack. You need depth at D-line. They don't have the luxury to go and overpay for Juju Smith-Schuster anymore.
An average wide receiver.
That's my thing. They don't
average. But
he's
my
not
point,
average. You're to tell me Juju Smith's above average.
Darnell Mooney is your number one. He proved that last year.
Okay, but
Juju's
going to get paid like a number one.
He's not going to get paid like a number one.
You're a fool, Bob.
The Steelers don't want him.
Okay, he's the number one wide receiver.
Well,
Michael Gallup got a 5-year, $62 million contract.
Allen Robinson's still out there.
I guess you can rebuild if you can fix the relationship with A-Rob. Good luck. But no, Michael Gallup just got 5 years, $62 million.
Yeah.
What does that come out to, Bob?
About
just over 12 million.
12 a year.
That's 12 a year.
Just over 12 million.
That's our
Juju's
count
gonna
right there.
get at least more than that. What do you think? Juju maybe goes 14, 15?
No way.
No.
No way.
So what is he?
No
What's
way.
his? What do you pay for Juju then?
I would say I tap out at 8
12.5.
mil a year.
8 mil.
Yeah.
He's better than Michael Gallup. What are you?
8 mil a year.
Are you high? You think I have to get up?
$8 million a year is where I tap out. If you have to pay more than that, then you know.
So they're not. So the Bears aren't getting them.
You this.
I said,
Dude, what are you Bobby? You don't make sense to me, man.
Better than Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup gets 12.
That's
Should
the
you at
Cowboys.
least
They
8?
gave Zeke a fucking insane contract, and they're still paying for it.
So what is? So Juju's what? A number 3 wide? What is he? What is he?
He's number 1. He's not the Bears number 1, but you want to pay him like a number 3.
But you don't make any sense.
Listen. All right. So,
Last week we're talking about how Juju's up in with those other.
Juju
top
is better
free
than
agents.
Allen Robinson last week, is what Bobby is pretty much saying.
That is what you said.
that is. I will say I said that, but
Dude, you're driving me insane.
what my point is that if you have to pay number 1 for X amount of years, which I thought
So
you would
you're
get.
just admit you're agreeing with me and Nick.
Yeah, it's probably
Okay.
probably safe to not go
So
after.
with that said, I would go sign DJ Chark.
I would say DJ Chark
Juju's
is
gonna get paid more than Michael Gallup's contract.
All right,
or
we'll be
about
on
the
lookout
same.
for this.
What?
We'll be on the lookout for
We'll
this.
be on the lookout. But you imagine he's better than Michael Gallup. I will admit that. Michael Gallup's a really good slot receiver.
That's what Juju would be.
And you want the Bears to sign him to be the slot receiver?
Yeah, I mean, you got Darnell Movies.
No, I want the Bears to get DJ Chark for cheap, and then I want them to sign Devontae Adams or Chris Godwin next year, and then you have Darnell
But
Mooney,
you're not
DJ
going to
Chark.
get DJ Chark for cheap because he's the number 2. Like if
DJ Chark, you'll DJ Chark
for less than $8 million. If you're paying Juju 8, he's gonna
You
be
can
at least
expect to get DJ Chark around Michael Gallup or less.
That's what
I
I'm
would
saying.
say.
Between 9 to 12, just depending on what
Yeah.
team he ends up going to.
Juju's going to get over 15 mil a year because it's the wide receiver position in a passing offense, and all of the top guys are off. There are teams that are going to say we need to go and get a wide receiver for the sake of getting a wide receiver. I say, if you're Ryan Poles, you address the depth on your team at other positions and re-sign the guys you need to keep, and know, hey, next year I'm going to have over $120 million in cap space.
Spend it.
I will
all
spend it
Devontae
on the
Adams.
big. I will spend it on the big wide receivers next
Fair
year.
enough.
120 million a year.
That's how I see it. Juju, you don't sign.
Or thinking of the moves Ryan Poles has already made, I wouldn't put out a doubt he would pay Juju Smith-Schuster $50 million a year.
That'll be it for me, man. That'll be it for me. I'll be done.
I will become
be
a
done.
Chargers fan again.
Looks like I'm going to be rooting for J Herb over there.
J Herb.
If that happens, I'll cry.
Sure. But another big news. So Deshaun Watson was not indicted by a grand jury on criminal charges.
Yes, but he
But-
still has.
He still has the civil suit.
Civil
Civil
suit, and the NFL investigation is still ongoing. But what this does mean is that
The Colts are getting Deshaun
The
Watson.
return. The return.
he is going to be sought after in a trade. Huge.
Oh yeah.
Saints,
Like,
Colts.
Yeah.
I think
I
Carolina.
would say Carolina would be
Carolina.
the number 1. Like
Carolina,
they would-
Indianapolis,
maybe Miami.
Seattle.
I don't think so though, because Brian Flores is gone. So
Seattle.
Yep.
I don't think Miami.
No, they had Tua.
They still got Tua.
They tanked for Tua.
Um,
They're
yeah.
not going to go for Deshaun.
when they should have been
So-
taken for Justin.
Yeah, it really should have been. Those are probably your teams that are looking to be in play for him.
Yeah.
Maybe the Browns. You never know.
I mean, they
I
just
mean,
got Amari Cooper.
And
Don't forget about C-Cap. C-Cap said he wants to come back.
the book is out on Baker Mayfield, though he was injured. So
His labrum.
he was injured last year. So
You keep saying this, man. What
I've seen a man who
I
had
think
a
I've
messed
seen
up labrum, and then you can't throw with that.
I think
it was not his throwing shoulder. It was his whole body. He was injured. All right, he was injured.
I seen him on the sideline. He was using the massage gun. He was injured, man. He
The
was
cortisone,
injured,
they're
all right?
just injecting him up
Yeah.
with cortisone nonstop.
Listen, I think that after this year, the jury has decided on Baker Mayfield.
The Baker's
being
got
injured
this
or
year
not.
to decide to. But okay, in all seriousness, though, he was actually pretty beat up last year.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he was, but
But the jury's been out. The jury's out on him. No one knows what's up with it.
Yeah,
But
no one knows.
this is like Baker's last chance this year to kind of be like, hey guys, I am actually a legitimate starting quarterback.
Yeah,
So
and they got him Amari Cooper.
they got him Amari Cooper. So, he got to go from Odell, but now Jarvis Landry, go on.
He is free to seek out deals.
Like
So-
he can pursue a trade, right? Because
Yeah.
he's still under contract.
Yeah.
Maybe the Bears trade for Jarvis Landry, but
Yeah.
I don't think so because they don't really have crap to trade right now.
Jimmy Graham.
He's a free agent.
You know?
Yeah, we still have
We'll give you Nick
32
Foles.
impending free agents. So
We'll give you Nick Foles and a box of crackers.
Nick Foles and 7 footballs.
we'll give you a really good backup.
for when your quarterback who was injured last year.
True, but they have Case Keenum. So
Oh, Case Keenum's a good backup too. He
Yeah,
might be
yes.
better
Yeah,
than Nick
you know
Foles, to
what?
be honest.
you know what? We'll just trade. We'll give him Nick Foles. We'll take Case Keenum. we'll give him the 6th for next year that we got, and then we'll throw in like a 4th rounder, and we get Jarvis Landry.
Yeah. What I will say though,
I like it.
Yeah, boom, right there.
yeah. What I will say though, just real quick, throwing back to the Amari Cooper trade, Browns win that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
easily.
hands down.
Browns
yeah.
won that hands down.
But the Cowboys owed him $20 million, so
They had to.
they had to
because-
get rid of the contract.
It's one of those things where it's weird because like Browns easily win the trade, but the Cowboys aren't hurting because they have so much good wide receiver talent in that wide receiver room.
yeah,
especially
they
now that they re-signed Michael Gallup,
Yeah.
Well,
So-
this is
who's apparently better than Juju. Or I don't know anymore, Bobby. I don't know.
I would say
he's worse than Juju, but he's worth about $4 million more than Juju.
so. Juju's
So it gets a little confusing.
Juju's the number 1 wide receiver, except not when Michael Gallup signs a big contract.
I would put
And-
them on the same tier.
Okay.
What is happening?
Let's look at this.
Michael Gallup is
let's
not
look at
better
the
than
stats.
Allen Robinson, and you were defiant last week that
Holy
Juju
smokes.
Smith-Schuster is so much better than Allen Robinson.
Holy Bobby, dude,
Let's
your
look at
Juju
that
takes
stats.
are confusing the hell out of me.
All right. Maybe not. All right, Juju's better. All right, I'll get. No, I don't know, man. I don't know. He got injured last year, but all right, we'll
Juju is better than Michael Gallup.
I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
I would agree with you on that one. Out of all the things you said about
like not
Juju,
by much,
I
but
agree.
he's better.
They're in the same caliber.
They're in the same tier of wide receiver.
Yeah.
The
You know,
weird-
you got
the weird
your,
thing
you
for
got your,
me-
fi- you got your, you're like 1 through 5, 5 through 10, 10 through 15. They're right in there. They're in 10 through 15.
Fair enough.
The weird thing for me about the Cowboys is that they re-signed Gallup when I feel like Cedric Wilson is going to be one of the best slot receivers. in the next
Cedric
couple of years.
Wilson is a free agent.
Is he?
Yeah. So
What?
Hey,
See, that's
Ryan Poles. There you go.
I would take him. He was so good.
yeah, he was really good when Cooper was out.
Well, then that's when Michael Gallup moved out to an outside receiver,
Yeah.
and then Cedric Wilson became the slot receiver.
he had like over
all
100
in
yards.
all, though. All in all. I don't know what the heck the Bears are going to do.
Dude,
at wide receiver.
honestly, I can't wrap my head around what this
No.
guy's trying to think.
Chargers. That's a team.
That's a team
That's
on the
moving.
up and up.
They're
They're on
moving in
the up and up.
direction.
And
They're going to go sign
They're
J.C.
one
Jackson.
they're one of the favorites to land J.C. Jackson. They let J.C.
Brandon
Jackson.
Staley's like, listen, I'm locking down this.
Oh yeah,
defense.
dude, they're gonna be a force to be reckoned with, man.
AFC West just continues to
Yeah.
get crazy.
And now their offense, they can still score 40 points, but I don't think they're going to be giving up 40 points.
Yeah,
no,
anymore.
but
they were
like-
the number 2 offense in the league last
Yeah.
year, and now they went and are like, hey, we got bounced out
Yeah.
by Derek Carr because
So-
we can't apply enough pressure to the quarterback.
Exactly. Now you got
Oh
Khalil
man,
Mack.
if they
Hey, that was Baker Mayfield's best game last year. It was against the Chargers.
Really?
Yeah, that was when it was like 49
oh, that's right,
to
they
like
absolutely lit them
47.
up. That was pre-injured Baker though.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Pre-injured, yeah.
but
Pre-injured.
I don't know, man. We'll have to see how it all plays out with this off season. But
just
I'm
remember-
gonna when does free agency open up? A couple days.
March 16th.
March 16th. Yeah,
And then
so
the draft is April.
3 days.
April 28th.
We'll
just
see.
looked at it.
I expect to see the Bears active in the second wave of free agency. Not.
I think so.
I think if they're gonna go after a big name, it's gonna be Teron Armstead.
Well, now that they let Khalil Mack go and brought up so much cap space, it's like they don't want to spend cap space now. It's like,
Well, he only cleared up $6 million for this year.
yeah, because they
and
gave
then
some.
we had to eat.
I'm saying for
24
next year,
million
though.
Yeah,
I'm-
but the Chargers are taking the entire contract, so
Yeah.
that's why next year is the year to watch the Bears, and that's why next year is when I'll be able to give more of my take on Ryan.
Well, plus also
Poles.
this year's draft.
Yeah, we still have this year's draft. You got the 2 seconds. I have a feeling that they might. If I were him, I would try and package a second and a third to get into like a late first if possible.
That would not be
If
bad.
I could package, a 2 and like my earlier 2 and my third round pick, get into like the
And
late.
Pat O'Donnell. In for that.
No, he's untouchable in my book. And then get into like the late first round to land like a decent wide receiver.
Yeah, like you land like, well,
I don't think Olave will be there.
Olave might be there. Because where it stands now is Drake London he's getting all the buzz right now. But they're saying he might be the first one off the board.
Wide receiver? Or?
Wide receiver.
Okay, I was going to
So
say not first.
like Drake London.
Wait,
Then,
for
it,
sure.
then
For
it would
sure.
probably be
Aiden Hutchinson's going 1.
Then it would probably be Garrett Wilson, then Jameis Williamson, and then
We'll see.
It would
We'll see how it all
it would
plays
be
out.
close. It would
When
be-
the draft comes closer, we'll make our picks.
well, it'll be
and
Chris
everything.
Olave or Treylon Burks.
We'll give our takes
Yeah.
and everything.
I think
when-
Doug
No.
McDermott's going first wide receiver. Easy.
from Creighton,
Yeah.
the Stars.
Did you not hear about Doug McDermott? He's gonna be a stud. It's like a 6'6" white dude.
from
Who's-
Creighton.
Yeah.
Doug McDermott.
Yeah.
He's a Bulls player.
He's an old
He
Bulls
was
player.
a Bulls player. We're messing with
Okay,
you, bro.
I'm about to say, all right.
Sent this man into the twilight zone. But you know what? Let's transition. Let's leave football where it is for a little bit. It's Selection Sunday. Let's focus on March Madness here
Yeah.
for the last part of the episode. So like I said, Selection Sunday. There's who are the 4? Bobby, I'm stumbling. Take over.
All right. So we'll hit you with our number 1 seeds. We got Gonzaga, Arizona, Baylor, Kansas.
Gonzaga is gonna be the worst number 1 seed.
You're going with Gonzaga?
Yeah. When you look at the bracket, I feel like the way that they're set up, I feel like they have the lowest chance of getting to the Final Four.
I don't know about that.
Anything happens in March, but like looking at it, I was just like, there's a lot of scary teams. There's March scary teams, like not just in general.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like, okay.
like teams coming
Because like
together.
Arizona has to play University of Illinois, which they're good. I don't know if they're as good as they were
Yeah,
last
but-
year.
Trust me, I've watched Arizona play USC, and
Yeah, he
They're-
tweeted about it.
they're a
USC
scary good team.
stinks.
Dude, they're a good team, man. Like
Yeah, Arizona is a really
they
good
just
team.
ran the floor with USC, and USC is a good
Yeah.
like there's just the
Arizona's
Arizona
good.
is like
Arizona
yeah,
No,
is-
Arizona. I think Arizona, out of all the 1 seeds, I think they're the best 1 seed, best chance
Yeah.
to go. I'm not saying out of all 4,
I
they just
got
play.
Arizona winning it. So
Yeah, I
I'm
think-
gonna just be honest with you. I got Arizona.
I knew
winning
you were
it.
gonna do that. That's why I didn't do that.
Good for
Well,
you.
all of us
Yeah.
had U of I last year, and all of us were wrong.
Yeah.
Dude, like half our bracket.
Exactly.
Over half our
So,
bracket had U of I.
I knew if we both if they get knocked out really early, then we're both screwed. And I want you to just be screwed. I'm gonna go with something else.
Who are you going with?
UCLA, bro.
Yeah, okay, I'm the screwed one. I'm the screwed.
Johnny Juzang.
Johnny
screwed.
Juzang, dude, he knows how to play in March. All right,
Good for him.
tell you, March comes, boom, that
Light
that
switch.
light ball goes
Turn 'em
on.
on.
All right,
I hope this becomes like a great audio clip and UCLA goes out in the first round.
It was like me, my senior year of high school or junior year of high school, and I was like, Georgetown, no doubt, they're definitely winning. I lost to Florida Gulf Coast first round at Josh Mayer's house, and I was like, man, do I look stupid.
That
He's
happened to
like,
me with
ooh.
Michigan State back in high school.
Back in 2016 when they won the Big Ten.
When they were the number 2 and they lost to Buffalo, and I was like, "What the?" I was like, "Michigan State, it's all there."
No,
I know.
they lost to Middle Tennessee State. Who lost to Buffalo?
Arizona was Buffalo.
Arizona lost to
another
Buffalo.
because I had them in the.
And then Duke,
that was my
and then
championship
Duke lost to
matchup.
Merck.
you're gonna pick that same team again. All right,
Arizona.
You're picking
yeah.
UCLA.
yeah, they made it to the Final Four last
University
year.
of California, Los Angeles.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, but they're not going to get there this time.
Let me give you 2 words. Johnny Juzang. All right, that's all you need to hear. All right, and
Fair enough.
what's that other guy's name? I forgot his name.
Bob Saget.
No, not Bob Saget.
R.I.P.
Dude, what's that guy's name? I'm
I
drawing
don't
a
know. I
blank
don't
on it,
follow
man.
UCLA. You're the
But-
big UCLA fan.
I just know Johnny Juzang.
When
It's
March
a-
comes, Johnny Juzang
like-
and what's his name?
I know, like,
Jeff Timmy. I know he's still on Gonzaga, and they got that long boy.
Chet Holmgren.
Yeah.
Jahorquez. There, Jamie Jahorquez. That's dude. I knew it. I'm so upset. I just couldn't
Oh
think
yeah,
of it.
yeah. I know what you're talking
that
about
guy,
now.
dude. Those
He's like
two,
white
boom.
Hispanic guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He's
He was,
what?
yeah, he
I
was
think
solid.
what is either? Is he the 2 or the 3 or both?
I think he's he plays.
He's
that
like a
position.
bigger guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, those are the teams that I think go. I'm like, I don't know if UCLA is going to go far, but like when you have guys who just were in the Final Four a year ago.
Yeah.
You got the.
They've gotten a year better, but also they've gotten better players because you're going to get more recruits. Like U of I, if Io stayed for more a year, I would for sure say that they're going to win.
Oh yeah, dude, they would be.
But they lost him, so now their team's worse. Now they try to replace him, and I don't think they did as well as they could have.
And Io DeSumo, it's having a great great year. I'm just
I think Evan Mobley's going to lock in.
Oh yeah, honestly,
in all honesty,
but I mean,
Io DeSumo's getting all this hype as Bulls fans and everything. He's good, but
I mean,
Evan Mobley's got like the full scope of production.
I mean, but everyone knew Evan Mobley was coming in to be a starter. All right.
Yeah, I know.
Like he came in filling in for injured Lonzo Ball and Alex Caruso. So
that is true.
You gotta give him that.
I will say he and Kobe White have done a solid job. Like
they
filling in that role.
I mean, we do need Lonzo.
And obviously
Ball
DeMar,
the MVP Rosen.
DeMar to MVP Rosen.
Yes, DeMar to MVP Rosen.
Hey, they won their first game since I went to the game.
Yeah, they also.
Oh, yeah, we're back.
It was the first time they held the team to under 100 points since Alex Caruso got injured.
Yeah. Oh, well, they absolutely destroyed the Cavs.
They needed Elmer Fudd back out there.
But keep staying in college basketball.
Yeah, talk about U of I, the team that knocked him out. I think Bobby very high on them again.
Every year there's the bracketology, all those bracketologists or whatever.
Yeah.
They always come out with their bracket busters. So, I kind of let's just kind of share some bracket busters, to qualify, Bob, to clarify. It has to be a 10 seed or higher.
All right, boom. All right.
10 seed or higher.
All right, I got
In our opinion, that's what can make a bracket buster, 10 or higher.
10 or higher. All right. Loyola Chicago, simple fact, Sister Jean. All right. She's going to come to that game and they're going to turn it up on that court. She's a nun. All right.
She's a nun.
They made
She's
a run
the team
last
chaplain.
Year. Yeah. They made a run last year when she was there.
They knocked out Illinois.
They knocked out Illinois. All right. No one thought that was going to happen. Let me tell you, man. She showed up in March. All right.
It's fun to dream. I think I sent Loyola through two rounds, I think.
I haven't made my bracket at all.
I haven't locked mine in, so it's not official.
Oh, I locked mine in. I could.
No, we're not going to read our whole bracket.
I could give you my final four.
No, I like that one. That's a Chicago town people kind of pick too as well. I get behind it.
Honestly, I hate them. Like they knocked Illinois out of there, and I absolutely hate Loyola Chicago. But
wow, okay,
Sister Jean, let me tell you. All right,
tell us more.
Let me tell you. She brings the luck of
the Irish
of Chicago. I don't know, man.
She's a nun, but God is on the court.
She's bringing God.
It's like angels in the outfield, but angels on the court.
Exactly. Like, can anyone beat God? No. So Sister Jean, boom. Well, Chicago might go all the way.
They're gonna lose in the first round.
I hope they do, man.
Dude,
Is there any way?
You are so opposite. You're hot and cold, man. You're the Katy Perry song.
I hate them, but like I'm telling you, Sister Jean, she's gonna do her thing, and they're gonna make a deep run for some reason. All right.
Okay, so
this happens every year.
See, for me, a bracket buster is just a team who's gonna knock out a high seed, knock out at least one of them.
They will. They'll knock out a high seed.
And I am.
But I hope they.
My bracket buster is Virginia Tech. They had a really good tournament this past weekend. Absolutely dominated UNC.
Did they beat Duke? I think they did, right? I want to say.
All I know is they put like 20 up.
Yeah, Virginia Tech beat Duke.
Yeah, they beat Duke.
They
probably would not have gotten in the tournament.
Or it was Duke is who they dominated, not UNC. My bad. I mixed the two up.
UNC dominated Duke as well. All right.
Yeah, on Coach K
night.
But no, Virginia Tech had a really good tournament. They played their way into it, and that's one thing is my bracket buster. I just think they're going to ride high and take the momentum into the rest of the tournament. Maybe 1 or 2 rounds.
Yeah, I picked another team from Virginia area, Richmond. The Richmond Spiders. They beat Davidson by 2 to get into the tournament. They won their conference tournament. They have to play Iowa in the first round, which Iowa just beat Purdue for the Big Ten championship.
They did.
So right there, I feel like that's a bracket bust for the first game. But if they can beat Iowa, I can see them making maybe the Sweet 16.
All right, question. All right, Iowa won the Big Ten championship,
yes.
Right? So why is Wisconsin and Purdue ranked higher than them?
Well,
Well,
because
it's the overall scope of the regular season
okay,
that
all right.
factors
So
into
the
it.
only thing is, if you win the conference tournament, you're automatically in.
Yeah, winning it guarantees your spot.
Unless you're either like can't make the tournament because of sanctions, or if you're transitioning from a Division 2 to Division 1 school, you can't. But everything else, all the other seeds are factored in based on your regular season schedule.
All right.
So like U of I, Wisconsin were one. They were tied for first for Big Ten regular season. So they both won. Purdue was third, and then Iowa was fourth in the conference. But Iowa won the tournament.
Technically 2 and 3 because of the one-way tie.
Yeah.
But yeah. So the seedings are all based off of the full scope of your season. You win the tournament to get in if you're a team that's on the outside looking in. Like a team that I don't know how they made the tournament is University of Michigan.
Dude, I don't know how many. I don't get how many Big Ten teams make it. Ohio State,
9.
Michigan State, like insane.
In the final 4 teams they got in, 3 of them were Big Ten teams.
Yeah,
Michigan State, Indiana, and Rutgers.
Oh yeah, Rutgers too, man.
All got in the final 4 teams, and I don't think Rutgers, I think, had 5 quad 1 wins, which is just they're beating really good teams.
Yeah, so
that makes sense because they beat Purdue, they beat U of I, and they beat Wisconsin.
Yep.
And they almost beat Wisconsin the second time.
Yeah.
Which is very impressive. Okay, put them in because they beat big teams.
Yeah.
Indiana made a deep run in the tournament because
they're a playing game.
They beat U of I. Yeah, so is Rutgers.
Oh yeah.
But so they beat U of I, and then they made it to the semifinals, and they lost to Purdue. I think they lost. Yeah, they lost to Purdue. So it's like, okay, I can see them getting in. Michigan did absolutely nothing.
I know they did nothing.
I don't know how Michigan made it. Like, Juwan Howard might be their best basketball player, and he's the coach. He's suspended.
I mean,
he's throwing punches.
Dude, he's also a great boxer. Let me tell you, Greg Gard, man.
He's got a strong left.
To be fair, why are you touching him? I mean, I kind of blame Greg Gard too for that. Like, you can tell the man's pissed, and then he's over here grabbing his elbow and shit.
Well,
what do you think's gonna happen?
Let's bring some context to the situation because I got some context on the situation.
All right, let's hear it.
It was like the final 15 seconds of the game. Wisconsin's up big on Michigan, and Wisconsin's got their backups in, and Michigan's running full court press on them, and they're not coming back. It's like a 15-point game.
Yeah.
They're not coming back. They just got hit with a 5-second violation for holding not inbounding in time.
Yeah.
So the coach called a timeout and was like, "Yo, let's chill out for a second," because they were about to get hit with a second one.
It was about to be a 10-second violation in the backcourt. They actually inbounded the ball, but they could not move it up the court.
So that's what it was. So he called a timeout because he's like, "We got to settle this down."
Mm-hmm.
One, why are you full pressing when you're down by 15 with 10 seconds left in the game?
Fair enough.
You're gonna be petty and then get pissed off that someone's like, "Well, you're gonna be petty. I'm gonna be petty." Also, it's a teaching moment for the coach. Hey guys, this is how we handle this kind of situation. Say it's a close game, we have to be able to get through a full court press.
Yeah.
Or your starters get hurt, and now these guys are actually playing.
Yeah,
in
so
the
it's
actual
there's
game.
actual value coming from what's going on. And Juwan Howard was just pissed off because, for some reason, he just had a right to be pissed off, I guess, in some people's eyes.
Then Greg Gard grabbed his elbow.
Yeah, and said, "You piece." Yeah, so I imagine the conversation went something like this: "Hey, Juwan, real shitty of you to full court press my second stringers when you're clearly not winning the game." And Juwan Howard said, "Hey, man, real shitty of you to call a timeout and then put your hand on me."
Yeah,
and then he swung.
Yeah, that boom.
Probably different with verbiage and everything, but that's
definitely.
ultimately how I imagine.
That's our break. That's our breakdown of it.
Yeah, that's
our John Point Media.
Yeah, that's how I imagine. That's what I imagine. The conversation was centered around.
Yeah.
So.
All right,
Juwan Howard, man.
All right, let's recap our winners. Arizona, UCLA.
I haven't picked.
Let's hear it, Nick. Come on, let's hear it.
I'm gonna go really bold. St. Mary's.
Ooh.
You're only saying that because they got that $500 payout on a $1
They
bet.
do, man.
I'm just saying that because
lock it in.
That was my team last week that I said.
No. That's Murray State.
Yeah, Murray State.
Murray State.
I keep mixing those two up for some reason.
St. Mary's.
It's like $100.
St. Mary's still solid.
Yeah, I bet.
Now I'm gonna do my bracket later tonight, and I don't think St. Mary's will make it there. But that's the only team I can think of right now that's not a top team. So I think St. Mary's has a chance.
I think it's safe to say Duke is definitely not going to do it.
I have them. I got Duke losing to Michigan State.
Good. And how like
Coach K. He's gonna
Coach
win.
K, dude,
He's gonna win.
that literally that last game, he made it all about himself. Like it's a fucking college, man. Like you're not that important. I
I don't think
guy.
he was the one who planned it. I'm pretty sure
What do
the
you
school
dude,
planned it
He
for him.
screamed at the student section when he was trying to talk.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
he was apologizing because they lost, and the student section was saying no, they did he didn't have to. They were clapping, and he was like,
Whatever.
no, I want to apologize because that was a terrible game. You should probably rewatch that video. Bobby.
Yeah, and
You're so opinionated.
you got a
Bobby.
bench.
You're always so wrong.
Fuck that guy. All right, I hate
Oh
that
my
guy.
gosh,
Clearly not worth
Bob,
$12 million a
You're
year.
gonna get us canceled with this language, man.
Dude, no one likes him. All right,
I got
got nothing
Coach
against
K. I
him.
love Coach K. Not a huge fan of John Calipari. I don't even know what team he coaches.
I don't know.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I feel
just
like your
know Coach
opinion
K.
is moot, not mute, moot
Way to go, Bob.
Moot.
on the college basketball
All right,
coaches.
I'm gonna have to hit him with it. You mook bitch. All right, we're good.
Bobby, this whole episode, I feel like you've just sent me to the Twilight Zone. I don't know what's going
True.
on.
It's all right, man. It's on a Sunday. We're thrown off.
With my mental clock is just so
Yeah, it's
turned
just-
off.
It was daylight savings time.
Daylight savings.
lost an hour of
I
sleep.
lost an hour. Bobby's going nuts over here.
True.
Gosh, Nick, what's your question of the week,
Yeah.
All right.
if you have one?
Purely centered about this episode. What's tougher to play a one and done game to advance? Basketball, football?
Damn.
Because in my opinion, and I mean I played it for many years, but I think basketball is tougher because it's easy. I mean the freaking 28-3 Falcons Patriots game doesn't really bode well for what I'm about to say, but it's easier to come back from down 20 in a basketball game.
So you're
Like, you
saying
can-
basketball is easier or harder?
Basketball's harder
to win a one and done game.
Yeah, it's more challenging in a basketball game to be one and done.
Dude,
Where it's football is if you just jump out to an early lead, if you're smart, you can control the clock.
yeah,
and then
but
just run it down.
anything could happen in football,
See,
though.
Here's the challenge is on that end, it's easier for the team who's winning, but harder for the team who's losing to come back. So it's they kind of are it's almost the same thing where it's okay, so basketball, theoretically by that logic, it's easier for the team that's losing to come back and harder for the team that's winning to hold on and win. And for football, it's easier for the team that's winning to hold on and harder for the team that's losing to come back. So it's in what context are you assigning to? You're the team in the lead. Which sport is harder to hold the lead and win?
I think he's just saying in general.
Yeah, I think in general, if you're I have,
It's a paradox, man.
I'm playing one game to decide my fate on something, to win $1 million.
right.
Would you rather try to win a basketball game that's a one and done, or a football game that's a one and done?
Well, see, in that case, I'm gonna trust my skills here and go football.
Well, you're not
I-
actually playing. It's
I
just
would say
you're picking a team.
basketball, just because you have 5 people on the court, maybe 15 people on the team at most.
Yeah, 12, 15.
Yeah, 12, 15. So football, you have a whole 54-man roster that you're relying on. So you're relying on less people. So I'd probably say the odds are better to go with basketball.
So you have a better chance of winning.
Yeah.
than basketball one and done.
Yeah.
So,
Then-
we're working. I'm gonna agree. I think football is the harder one, and here's why. Basketball has the shot clock, which forces a team to try they have to shoot the ball, right? So if they miss, there goes their possession. Football, I mean, if a team is just able to run the ball really well and keep getting first downs, they can just keep eating clock on you. So, I look at it as I'm looking at it of the perspective of which sport is harder to come back from if I'm losing. Football, in my opinion,
Yeah,
is the
that's
harder
true.
one because the team that's winning has a way to actually manipulate the clock. Basketball, they can chew clock and everything, but eventually they have to throw up a shot. And if they don't make it, they don't make it. And if you get the rebound, now you get a possession. You can go down and score, and you string that together enough times, you're right back in the game.
Yeah.
Whereas there's nothing that forces it. It's not like a team has a football team has, you have 10 plays before you have like to score, or otherwise it's just a turnover on downs.
That'd be wild.
That would be
That'd
wild.
be insane.
But like, so there's nothing that's like that's set up in the game of football that like forces
Like
the
you-
offense
yeah.
to rush, or like it forces them to give up a possession, because you could just chew away as much clock as you possibly can. Play as slow as you can and stay in bounds. It'll be harder to come back.
Fair point.
That's why I think it's like, I think it's weird because it's like the only thing that happens in basketball for that is March Madness, where it's like there's so many teams where it's like, I feel like March Madness versus the NFL it's too hard to compare over, because like you have no idea what team you're playing 2 games from now. Whereas like NFL is like, okay, regardless of what happens, I'm going to either play this team or I'm going to play this team. So I can game plan for both teams at the same time. When you're playing basketball, you're like, I have no idea if the playing team's going to win, and if that team wins, I have to game plan for 3 teams. And I feel like its strategy is way more involved, where you have to base what you're doing based on what the other team's doing, basketball wise. Because football wise, you pretty much have your first 10 plays set for offense, probably going into a game.
Some teams script their first like drive.
And then like the defense might change something, you have to change it. Whereas basketball, it's like, if you're on offense, you have to, as soon as the defense comes out and says, I'm playing 2-3 zone, you're changing it. Or man, you're changing your offense.
Well, you still have to kind of do the same thing in football.
No, I know. I
though.
feel like football, you're kind of like,
some
you're
teams
kind
like
of
will
scheming.
really stick to their script regardless. But
Yeah, Matt Nagy.
every sport,
3-yard passes, that's it.
yeah,
I mean, of course, yeah, man.
every
yeah, man.
sport's full of adjustments.
That's why
though,
you got
between both
got
sides.
chased out of Chicago.
It is why he was chased out of Chicago. You see his mansion though, really nice.
Yeah, dude, really nice.
really cool.
If I had $6 million, I would definitely buy that thing.
It's a shame. If only the podcast was making us more money.
Hey, he had like his like play sheets, like
Just up on the wall.
yeah, like,
All those
framed
plays,
up
and
on
homie couldn't get 5 yards on average for an offense.
All those plays, and on 4th and 1, hey, let's not just, let Justin Fields hold the ball and run like every other team.
I will
does.
say, now that he's gone, there's no animosity towards him. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm glad he's gone.
yeah,
but
just because he's gone.
listen.
Goodbye.
I'll always acknowledge Matt Nagy was a good guy, just not a good coach.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I will leave it at that. But
Hey, maybe when
Basically-
Matt Eberflus leaves, we can buy his mansion when he leaves.
that'd be cool.
That'll be the goal. That's the goal.
That's the goal. That's the goal. What if he never leaves? Then that's good for us as
That's-
Bears
Yeah,
fans.
Also,
then-
yeah,
we're- either way, we're winning.
Assuming that they're really successful if
It's a
he's not
win-win.
leaving.
There we go.
Now, if he never leaves and they suck, then I'm very
I'm gonna be
pissed.
pissed. That's just a lose-lose.
Then we're just gonna have to beg Lovey to come back.
Love you.
That would be our only chance.
I don't know.
Chuck Pagano. We get Chuck Pagano back. We have a chance.
Stop, please. No.
Chuck
No,
Pagano
no, no,
and
no,
Lovey
no.
at the
Colin
same
Dick,
time.
Colin Dicka, Colin Dicka.
How old is Ditka now?
I don't know, dude. He's old.
I don't know. He's not even on the Fox.
I know they took him
thing
off.
anymore. Because he only
But-
picked the Bears.
Yeah, like, come on, Mike, pick someone else. Hell no.
I picked the Bears.
The Bears.
The
Bear-
Chicago Bears.
The Bears.
But yeah, no, I'm gonna say football's the harder of the two.
Yeah,
Good question.
I'm
To make a long story short,
54-man roster. You're relying on more people. Anything can happen. I would say
28-3. No lead safe.
exactly.
no lead is. I mean, we can nitpick one example in football. Okay, it's okay. That feel free. That's a fair point to bring up.
Yeah.
Kyle
But-
Shanahan.
I'm sticking.
Just run the ball.
I'm sticking to my point on that one.
Yeah.
See, that's an example of if a team just played slow, but they didn't want to.
Yeah.
So, whatever. Leave it at that. I think that's a good place though to wrap up our episode. Bobby, you want to close us out?
Whoa, you really put me on the spot.
Put him on the spot.
No,
He just
Bobby,
shuts
that's not.
down.
That's gonna be a no for me.
That's
dog.
a no from you, dog.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you guys. So, thank you everybody for tuning in to our yearly episode. We really appreciate it. Like I said at the beginning, thank you to everyone who stuck with us for the past year, dealt with our shenanigans. And for those of you who have interacted with us on social media, we do appreciate it as well. As always, guys, if you like what you heard, please give us a follow on Facebook, Twitter, etc. All of that is linked in our website, garagetalksports.com. And we will talk to you next week.
See ya.
Yeah.